Yo, how's it going? Welcome back to F1 24 in another part of the Lewis Hamilton career mode. Today we are back with the Chinese Grand Prix qualifying and the race. Obviously, last episode we had the sprint and we had our best result of the season so far. We finished second in the sprint race, just like Lewis did in real life. And yeah, hopefully we can keep that going in the real race today. We've done pretty well so far. Pace has been good, so let's get ourselves into qualifying and see how we get on. Leave a like if you have been enjoying the series so far, and here we go.
For a little while. Welcome along to qualifying in China. After a few years absence from the calendar, it is great to be back here. But just who is going to put their car on pole?
Now, what we did notice yesterday was that medium tyres are a very fair tyre to use in qualifying. We obviously can't use them in this particular session. We have got enough tyres to use. We've got a brand new set of softs that we've saved from the sprint, and then we've got 3 more sets of soft tyres. We won't get another set from the FIA if we get through to Q3, so we've got to use these tyres well. I don't think we really want to be using any soft tyres in the race. I think we want to get our soft tyre use out of the way today. So let's head out there and see how we get on. Of course, we can change the car here. We are allowed to do that. Parc fermé conditions, but I'm pretty happy with the setup. So I've accidentally driven out, so I'll see you guys when we finish lap 1. Here we come then up to the line for our first lap in Q1, and it is a 32.8, 0.2 of a second off Max Verstappen. Whoa, Norris. So it came out of nowhere there. It was quite terrifying. But yeah, I think that was a decent lap time. We'll settle for that, and it should, you would imagine, be enough to get through to Q2. Let's have a little look. I don't really want to have to go out again because we'd probably have to put a new set of boots on. But I think we're okay. You know, what we have to look at is the bottom 5. Are they going to be able to put in that sort of lap time? And I don't think so. So, at the very least, we should be, 12th, maybe. Hulkenberg's just put his second lap time in. I think we're okay. And there you go. We are comfortably through to Q2 then. In 7th position. And, look at how many cars. Wow, look at that. From 3rd to 7th, all within the same time. To a 10th of a second, pretty much. That was awesome. Wow, but Max Verstappen looking good. But it is going to be quite intense to get ourselves through to Q3. There's a lot of cars in contention here, including Alex Albon in the Williams. Both Aston Martins, both McLarens there. Both Ferraris and both Red Bulls. Somebody has got to drop out of that. Well, we make a mistake. And that could be crucial. Because we've got to come back in now. It's so frustrating.
Confirmed.
Because now we're going to have to use another set of tyres. This has been a very, very clean lap when we needed it. Just need to make sure we keep this car in the confines of the racetrack as we come round the final corner. Plenty in hand. It's a 32.5. And that will be enough for 3rd position. And yeah, I mean, we had plenty in hand there. And when we've got our ultimate pace, we should be a lot better than that. But George Russell was actually the quickest of anybody there. And we were within a 10th of a second of him. But you can see Oscar Piastri is the one to drop out, along with Bottas, Zhou Guanyu, Ocon and Magnussen. Alex Albon making it through into the top 10. It's going to be a close fight for pole position. Well, we might have a bit of a problem here because we're giving George Russell a hell of a tow here. And he might well use that to his advantage. because this is our used tyre run. I think he's going to get a very, very good tour here. And we come round the final corner. And we head up to the line. It's a 32.8 and Russell does go ahead of us. It's not enough for pole position though. But we'll sell for 32.9 on the used tyres. But wow, 32.1. That's Charles Leclerc, I think, that has just done that. Or was it Sergio Perez? It might have been Perez.
Okay,
right.
Expect to see some rain
Russell
about
through.
10 to 15 minutes from now.
Okay, so there's rain coming, but not anytime soon. Let's head back to the garage and see what is happening in terms of the timing sheet. So Sergio Perez is the one on pole position. Charles Leclerc in second there. Sainz third. Verstappen only fourth. It's going to be very, very intense, you feel, this second time around. You've got improvements to be had from ourselves and George Russell. Pretty much identical lap times there. Alonso 7th, then Norris, then Stroll and Albon. You'd imagine Norris can get into the picture, but yeah, this is going to be very interesting. Brand new set of boots, ready and raring to go. I'll see you guys for the final lap. Here we go then. Let's see if we can get our second consecutive pole position. I think it's there on the table for us if we hook the lap up. But let's see if we can do it. Brand new set of boots. We've conditioned them beautifully. Everybody's out there. They will be improving because this track is at its absolute best of what it's going to be this weekend for a qualifying time. There you go, 1.7 tenths of a second up through the first sector. It's purple through the first sector, which is what we expected. 2 tenths up on Max Verstappen through that first sector. People are going to be coming round and they're going to be finishing their laps momentarily. And we will get to see who are the favourites for pole position, who is standing in our way of success here today. We're half a second up on our time at the moment. Still 2.5 tenths of a second up on Max Verstappen. And it's Sergio Perez. He's gone quicker again at 31.8. That is unbelievable from Sergio Perez. But we've got perhaps Charles Leclerc. He's come through. What can he do? He's not gone quickest. What about Max Verstappen, though? He's going to come up to the line. No improvement for him. So can we put in a 31.8? I don't think we can. I don't think that's going to be possible for us today. But we're going to give it a goddamn good go. I'm going to fly around this final corner. And we head up to the line. It's going to be a very good time. It puts us up into P4. And that's, well, that's not too bad. It could have been better. But I don't think we could have got much more time out of that. And actually, we're just behind George Russell in the end.
Be sure to join us then for what will no doubt be a fantastic race.
But Sergio Perez is the man that lit everything up. He's the man that takes pole position. But yeah, as I say, I don't know if I could get much more out of that. There was maybe one corner where I felt we lost a tenth of a second. So we could have got second, but Sergio Perez was well out of reach today. Well played, Sergio Perez. Let's see what effect that has on everything. We're still winning the rivalry. 3-2. And we should increase our pace statistic by 100. Very good. And starting to head towards a 90 rating, which is what our target was at the start of the year. So let's see how we get on in this Chinese Grand Prix.
It's time again then for Formula One in Shanghai. Northwest of the thriving city of over 24 million people is a circuit that first featured in the championship calendar back in 2004. It played host to Formula One's 1000th Grand Prix back in 2019. We're here in the Yangtze River Delta today, home of the 16 corners that make up the Shanghai International Circuit. 54% of this 3.3-mile lap is taken at full throttle, and we'll be getting up to speeds of around 200 miles per hour with DRS assistance down the back straight, before the cars brake into the tight hairpin at turn 14. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position, just ahead of George Russell, who starts this event from P2. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Sainz, Verstappen, Norris, Fernando Alonso, Stroll, Albon, Perez, Bottas, Zhou, Ocon, Magnussen, Gasly, Tsunoda, Hülkenberg, Ricciardo, Sargent, and Oscar Piastri. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track where preparations are underway. And alongside me in the commentary box today, a man who I always look up to, which is easier said than done, Anthony Davidson. Right, next up is Charles Leclerc. Let's have a chat about him. Now, we had great fun watching them win last time out. What a great victory it was. But can they carry that into today's race?
It's the important one, isn't it, Crofty? You've done it once, can you do it again? But, you know, if you start believing in yourself and the confidence starts to build, that inner confidence is what you need. And you can carry that through to future races, including this one, and you set that ball rolling. That's the critical thing that they're looking for here. And I believe if you've got that first race win or a win at any stage, it can start to roll with you in a good way.
Okay, right. Perez had a penalty, and as did Lando Norris. Oscar Piastri. Very, very interesting indeed. Now, they're suggesting starting on the hard tyres. I think we probably want to do it the other way around. So if we go for mediums first and then hards later on, I think that's surely going to be a slightly quicker way of doing it. Probably that, so that we get the undercut. Yeah, I think we want to try and switch it up compared to the other folks today. We're going to put almost exactly the right amount of fuel in there. I think this is good. Certainly going to work out well for us to be on something different. So let's get ourselves onto the formation lap and see what happens.
Here we go then, the formation lap gets underway and the excitement here is building as we near ever closer to the start of the race. Which team will come out on top? Who's got their strategies right for today's race? Well, we'll soon find out.
So there are 7 of us that are out there on the medium tyre to start off with. And then the rest are on hards. Now, I wonder if that's because they've got soft tyres available. I don't know.
Let's hope the race ahead today is a thrilling one that will go down as a memorable Grand Prix in the history books.
Are they going hards well into the race, put on a set of softs at the end to try and be really, really quick on low fuel? Maybe. But what is crucial is we have to jump George Russell almost immediately here. Charles Leclerc, he is going for his second win in a row. Max Verstappen on the hard tyres. I think he's going to struggle to get back into this race. But we'll find out. Here we go. It's going to be an exciting Chinese Grand Prix. Lights out. Away we go here in China. And it's a very good start off the grid for Carlos Sainz and George Russell. Interestingly, those of us on the left side of the grid didn't get off to as good a start, which is not what you'd expect. We're going to go around the outside at Carlos Sainz here. We need to stay in front of him. And we get our elbows out a little bit there. But Sainz has better traction off the exit. But we are going to go down the inside of Carlos Sainz and make sure that we are ahead of him in third place at the start of this Grand Prix. Russell didn't quite manage to jump Leclerc, and that might be a big advantage for Charles because he's on the medium tyres like us. He needs to get away from Russell because Russell is going to have the tyre advantage later on. But one thing is for sure, we need to stay within DRS range. That's what we struggled to do yesterday. And that almost cost us. But we ended up finishing second in the end, so let's try and keep this pretty clean. But so good. I just think we've got the difficulty pitched perfectly. Here goes Russell Lowe. He's going to be having a look at Charles Leclerc here into the hairpin. Leclerc stays on the inside. Russell's surely going to have a better exit, but he didn't. And there we go. We finished the first lap as you were. Charles Leclerc leads. Russell second. We are in third. Ahead of Sainz in fourth. Norris up to fifth ahead of Max Verstappen. And that is huge because Max Verstappen, of course, is on the hard tyres just like Lando Norris. So it's not... It's a like-for-like strategy, that one. But yeah, maybe explains why Perez was so fast yesterday if he had a brand new engine in there. But very early in the season to be getting those engine penalties, considering we haven't even switched any components just yet. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, we are going to have DRS on the next straight. So is Russell. So Leclerc is going to be under some pressure here, you would imagine. DRS enabled. Let's see where this gets us. Well, interestingly, Russell nowhere near Leclerc this time, even though Charles... Well, they were side by side on the first lap without DRS, so... It's amazing that, isn't it? Just goes against what your instincts are. But here we go then, on to lap 3. Sainz having a little look around the outside. He couldn't make it stick, but there goes Russell. He's having a little look at Charles Leclerc around this final corner. He's going to have DRS on the rundown into turn 1. As Max Verstappen now puts in fastest lap of the race, and there goes Russell down the inside of turn 1 and takes the lead of this Grand Prix now then. This might be our opportunity to take Charles Leclerc. I wonder if he maybe used a little bit too much energy in the first couple of laps. And then was caught napping a little bit down that last straight. But Russell now taking a decent lead. Leclerc again, he's going to try around the outside of George Russell. We've slipped it into hot lap mode to try and give us a little bit more pace around the next couple of corners. DRS open. Well, this is a chance on George Russell. We are going to go down the inside. I think we took him a little bit by surprise there. But we are now through on George. And that was a huge move, but we had to make it. We had the momentum. We had the tuck in. We went for it, and it worked out. And now up to second position, and that gives us a chance, you would say, to win this Grand Prix now. It's going to be tough, but we're going to try and take on Charles now. But it was really important for us to get ahead of our teammate. And now with DRS. Well, look at that. I mean, Leclerc was very slow there, and we went for it down the inside. We weren't really meaning to be honest with you. But now it gives us absolutely brilliant momentum. And we are through on Charlie Leclerc. We are through. into the lead of this Grand Prix. I mean, that he just sort of took us by surprise there by how early he braked, and then we just went for it. But we are quick through these parts of the lap, so well, we usually are, but we've just made a big mess of that. We're going to be in big trouble here on the straight. No DRS this time. Here he comes then. There goes Charles. Yeah, leaving room, which is very, very kind of him. Again, we're going to have a chance going into turn 1. We had to trust the grip of the car. We had to trust the downforce, and we got it. If we had any understeer there, that was it. And there is Leclerc. He's still there on the inside.
Leclerc is ahead of you. We can't let him.
Yeah, just went for that to try and pass that objective, and it worked. Now we are coming into the pits next lap, so we need to just bear that in mind, that we can maybe, you know, use the rest of what's good with these tyres. Okay, this is a real opportunity once again.
Push now, we're boxing this lap.
And we got the inside line, and we take it very nicely. Okay, then we're going to be coming into the pits at the end of this lap, so we've got full recharge on here. How's that exceeding track limits? That's ridiculous. But we are in, and Leclerc has joined us in the pit lane, so this is critical that we get a good stop here. Oh, it's a slow stop.
There's an issue with the removal of one of the front wheels on the Mercedes. Oh, the team will be hugely disappointed.
So 5.4, and that has put us back behind Charles now. Well, that's good.
That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go.
We've now got a real chance to undercut the other guys. So here we come through now, and we are past Norris, but Sainz has jumped us. That slow pit stop has really cost us. Of course, Norris on the medium tyres, he's going to be quick.
The car ahead of you.
While the Ferrari's side by side up ahead. George Russell in the pits right now. Let's see where we come out compared to him. We are ahead. Damn it. Well, a little bit of contact with the front wing. That's not what we wanted. That was just risky. And now we're in trouble. Because we've got...
front wing is going to need replacing if it takes too much damage.
We've got 8 laps to go with the damaged front wing. That's going to really cost us, I think. Well, there goes Sainz and Leclerc again. Bumping wheels. Side by side. Going into the final corner. And now they've lost momentum. DRS is open from us.
The Ferrari drivers just moved into first place.
And we're right behind Charles here. But remember, we've got less downforce because of that broken front wing, but we managed to go all the way around the outside of Carlos Sainz. He's still there though. He's still there on our inside.
Okay, Lewis, any more front wing damage and it's going to really cost us, so please let's protect it and bring the car home.
But we are through, and that is crucial. That is crucial for this race, and we are less than a second behind Charles Leclerc. We are still within range of possibly winning this Grand Prix. But we need to be very, very careful. We cannot make any more mistakes. DRS open. Sainz is still quicker in a straight line though. Look at this from Carlos Sainz. We've both got DRS, but he's the one on the outside. Little press of overtake, but he's through. I mean, that was pretty amazing from Carlos. It has to be said. Overtake button pressed, but nothing we can do there. But this race is incredible. Well, there goes Sainz on Leclerc again. There's got to be contact here. No, they're giving each other room. This is brilliant racing from the two Ferraris. And now we're fighting it out. Leclerc's going to go around the outside
The Ferrari
of turn one.
completed a pass for the leader of the race.
Well, we're going for that gap again. This time Sainz sees us coming. And we don't manage it. There goes Lando Norris trying it round the outside. He makes a little bit of contact with us. I think we're okay. This is crazy. It's still got 5 laps to go, including this one. Well, Sainz once again down the inside of Leclerc. I mean, this is just ridiculous. Leclerc not letting his teammate past.
Into first place.
And once again, they lose momentum. DRS open.
Stuff, mate. You hit the target well there. Nice
Overtake
one.
on.
Way to go in this race, though, so keep your head down.
And we're keeping it in there with Carlos Sainz. And we're pretty much there. This is close because Sainz is still there on the inside. It's a very, very good maneuver. We're still holding it. But eventually we have to give up. Oh! Big incident, and it's Lando Norris. I'd love to see what happened there. Was that our fault? I don't think it was. I don't think it was. We're not going to see it from this angle. You can see we're side by side with Sainz. There's plenty of room there. Well, yeah, we come across. I mean, Norris, I don't really know what he was thinking trying to go down the inside there. But now, that is pretty much our race over for the victory. It's all going to be about trying to hang on here. But we've got pretty bad damage, as does Norris. And we might be okay. 2 laps to go.
Okay, you're catching the car ahead, but remember, we need to get to the end of the race on these tyres.
Still the 2 Ferraris out front. They are leading the way. And, well, we've got a good lead on Norris now. He's got too much damage, so at least we don't have to really worry about behind. But we do need to worry about 2 guys in front. Struggle to slow the car down there. Okay, gonna go into hot lap mode. We're gonna have to hope that there's an incident with the two Ferraris if we want a chance of winning this race. Big lock up from us there. Leclerc and Sainz are still side by side. And Sainz takes the lead.
Final lap. Let's go. Final lap. Gap to your teammate behind, 2.4 seconds.
Right then. Let's see what we can do here. We get to within a second of Leclerc. Gonna slip it into hot lap mode. I think Leclerc's out of energy. Look at that, he's managing. We might be able to take him here. But we go wide again. And we got to be careful here because Max Verstappen is right on our tail. Now, could be that Charles is just saving until this straight. And then is going to unleash everything he can on his teammate. DRS enabled for us. I think we've got the podium in the bag. There goes Leclerc. He's going to try it down the inside. Is it going to be a dive bomb? There's got to be contact here. There is. There is contact. The sparks. I don't know what's happening. Both of them are managing, but it's going to be Carlos Sainz that comes up to the line. He wins here in China. Leclerc second, and we finish third.
Nice strategy. So close, so far. Let's keep pushing. And big thanks to all the supporters out there.
Well, Carlos Sainz, what a victory for him in the end there. That was brilliant, but it's our first podium of the season.
It was. Carlos Sainz wins.
To overcome the difficult circumstances they face throughout this race today, Crofty, it's not easy, and it really shows a lot of maturity, and you can use this, you can draw on this as a driver moving forward and boost your confidence through the rest of the championship.
And here we are, a team that is no stranger to the podium, taking their place on top once again. A sublime race today, and a stunning win for Ferrari.
Well, look how great it is to have ourselves on the podium there. We've done a great job this season so far. We should have really been on the podium another couple of times. But that was an awesome race. That was so good. So good. And well done to Carlos Sainz. I mean, so much contact between the Ferraris. I don't quite know how they didn't end up with any damage there.
Well, what an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
And we got the fastest lap as well, so we can be very, very happy with that. Fastest lap at 34.0, much quicker than anybody else out there, incidentally. George Russell finished 5th in the end. Alonso Stroll managed to jump Norris. Perez all the way down in 9th. He qualified on pole position, but just couldn't cut his way through the field. It just shows how crucial qualifying is in this game. But I mean, unbelievable, wasn't it? I mean, even up to turn 1, there was pressure on that. Norris was there, and we made a little bit of contact with Sainz, a bit of argy-bargy. We went down the inside there. That was, wow. I mean, what a race it was. And yeah, I mean, if you go all the way to that last lap, I'd love to see Sainz and Leclerc again right at the end of the race. Now, Sainz was leading the way, and Leclerc, I mean, he was managing. So was Sainz. Both of them were managing their ERS for one final push at the end here. And then, well, let's do it on board of Charles Leclerc. He clearly... Can we do from his... Yeah. There you go. He puts his ERS on. DRS open. And then he tries it down the inside. I mean, he was so close there. But look at this. Contact made. Does Charles lose his front wing? No, he doesn't. Somehow. I think there is a tiny bit of damage to it from that collision. Let's just have a look. Yeah, I think there is. Tiny little bit of damage. And then there was sparks. I thought, right, okay, somebody's front wing is gone. And then there was the final corner. But Sainz was there. He wins it. And we end up finishing in third place. But we've got to be happy with that. And then Max Verstappen's like, nah, I can't be seen to be behind you guys. So I'm going to try and look like I've won the race. But there you go. That has the effect on the standings. We're now up to fourth. We are still quite a way behind the two Ferraris, but move 5 points ahead of Norris, and more importantly, 7 points ahead of our teammate George Russell. In sixth position there, Max Verstappen leading the championship, 33 points ahead of Leclerc and 36 points ahead of Sainz. Into the constructors, we are firmly in third position at the moment, but it's a hell of a battle at the top. Only 2 points behind Red Bull now, Ferrari. So that is going to be very intense for the rest of this season. But let's see what effect all of that has on the rivalry. Our first podium of the season. Good to see. We're now 4-1 up on George. And we can be very, very happy with that. In terms of our experience, we've gone down a little bit in terms of experience. Racecraft, good. Pace has gone up to 88 now, and Focus has gone up to 80. Nearly there for another rating, getting up to 90. That's, of course, what we want to do. Everything else has gone up, and we're now 57.43 on our recognition, up on George Russell. So manufacturing experts happy, power unit consultant, strategy analyst, wind tunnel engineer, they're all happy with that. Very good. Now, will there be any secret meetings before Miami? Feels like the sort of time. Yeah, there's a secret meeting. Who's it going to be with? Let's go. Let's hope it's Ferrari. It is! It is Ferrari. Yes, this is what we want. Wow. Okay, Scuderia Ferrari are here because they view you as a potential addition to the team. They've provided us with some information, so let's take a minute to review this. We are going to continue the talks because, of course, this is where we want to be.
So, good news and bad news. The good news is the meeting went well. The bad news, your current employers got wind of it, and they aren't thrilled. Get ready to grovel. This might set back your recognition with them a bit.
Okay, I don't really care about that. Let's have a look at our recognition. Can we see our recognition with our current team? Is it on there? No. I don't know where recognition is, actually. But yeah, I was hoping to see a bit of a dialogue between Ferrari there. But we have had our first secret meeting with Ferrari. we're very, very happy with that, and hopefully we will continue that and get a contract signed for next season. That is exactly what we want to do for the story of this career mode. So if you have enjoyed that, then give it a massive thumbs up down below, subscribe for plenty more F1 videos, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.